Hey guys, welcome to Tell Me Everything. This is a show where we sit down, talk to amazing people, and dive into conversations that inspire, motivate, and leave you feeling excited about your own life. Some weeks it'll be stories from people doing incredible things, and other weeks it'll just be me sharing what I'm learning, thinking about, or curious about. All the things that help us grow, laugh, and keep moving forward. We are talking ideas, ambition, friendship, life lessons, and all the little things that make life feel full and interesting. No filters here, no pretending, just good energy, real talk, and the kind of conversation you actually want to be a part of. So wherever you are listening from, in your car, on your walk, or at home, I'm glad you are here. Let's jump into it. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Tell Me Everything. Whew, I gotta get used to the fact that I changed the name of the show because I recorded 2 of these intros and continue to say the Marissa Effect. But I'm super excited because Tell Me Everything just feels right. And I think I gotta say it like 25 times to myself so that when I open up the shows, I'm not tongue twisting and sounding awkward. But I am super excited, like I always am, to introduce the new guest of this week. This is a girl who is in the fitness and wellness space here in Boca Raton, Delray Beach, Florida. I approached her because she has a social media presence, and I know how important it is for her to expand her knowledge on wellness and the human body and just living a healthy lifestyle. She is so open on social media that her platform, like her Instagram, she got real open and vulnerable, and she shared her story. And her story is about, it has a lot. There's a lot to unpack here, but it does talk about eating disorders. So I do want to do a disclosure before we go ahead and open up into the episode. This can be like a little bit triggering for some, so I did want to go ahead and just give that preview before we do unpack and talk a lot about anorexia and mental health and how, that impacts so many people. She goes and tells her story. It's inspiring. The knowledge that she has now is amazing. She's helped so many people. She's helped herself. It's amazing, truly. So we talk about eating disorders, but we also talk about peptides. We talk about working out. We talk about that balance of life that we're all trying to figure out. We talk about social media because she also started her own branding company, her own social media platform. It's called One Way Ticket. So there's a lot to unpack here. There's a lot of depth to this episode. There's a lot of openness and vulnerability, and I'm super excited to have her on the show. So let's go ahead and get into this week's episode. Welcome, Lauren. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
I also got these new boom arms, so this is the first time we're using them.
I love podcasts. I always listen to them when I'm on a walk because they just
calm you
down. And I'm more of a visual learner. So like even if I'm reading a book, my friend got me hooked on Audibles.
Oh, yeah.
Rather like listening to the book rather than actually like flipping the pages and reading it. I feel like I digest it way more.
Yeah.
So,
but my fear for that's how I read, and I listen. But my fear is like I'm not training my brain because I'm not actually reading. So I really don't know. But I digest books because we get them on the go. Like I can finish a book in a week, less than a week, because I can listen to it. If I had to just read it, I would never get reading done.
No, but like my issue is I'll put it on when I'm driving, but since I'm paying attention to like the road and then like my dog in the back seat or whatever, I feel like I'm multitasking that I'm not really listening to the book. So I feel like I have to just like be in my room in a calm, quiet space and listen.
So you have, okay. I listen to them on the go. But you're right. I'm probably not getting all the information I need. I'm really good though at reading books that are like made up stories. You know what I mean, on the go. But when I need to read like a science-based book, I really do try and pick it up on Audible and the paper copy because I want to actually see like what they're referencing. Otherwise, then I'm really not going to get it in my brain.
Totally. Like when I was in school in the textbooks and everything, I'm a big highlighter and note taker. So like that's what I liked. But if I'm just going to voluntarily read a book because I want to, I'm not going to
get it. Yeah. I don't know why some people are like that. I mean, some people are avid readers. Like my friend can read books nonstop, front page to back page, nonstop, and like never even get fatigued. So I'm not that person, but I'm happy to learn. I'm not like opposed to it. I just need to do it a different way.
True. I just got the mini iPad though.
Is it helping you?
And I downloaded like Apple Books or something like that, and it's basically a Kindle.
Oh, that's sick. I think you can even get a Kindle, like the Kindle app. And
you can? Yeah. So I've just been like sitting in bed with my red light therapy and reading on my iPad.
Really? Do you have a red light therapy panel or you?
So I got it from the Eudaimonia Summit.
I went there.
You did?
I saw you there.
Oh my God, it's amazing. And did you see the sauna space?
Oh yeah,
those like light bulbs.
The big red light bulbs.
So I got that. I got the 3 light.
Oh, cool.
And I
did you buy it there?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I got a big discount because I was like, I'll just buy the floor model.
Yeah.
Once you guys are done.
Yeah.
Wait,
and they did that for you? I didn't even know they.
It was like an extra 25% off.
I had no idea they were doing stuff like that. That's sick.
So I have it right next to my bed. I turn it on in the mornings when I'm like getting dressed for the gym, or before bed I'll turn it on because it blocks the blue light. And I really realized like it makes me tired.
Wait,
it puts me to sleep.
Down.
Yeah.
No, I believe in that. I have a red light face mask and I lay in my bed and I like listen to something calming, and I think the red light, even though it's like a face mask so your eyes like poke through, it's still there's something about it that I think like meditates your body.
For sure.
100%.
For sure.
So Lauren is very big into health and wellness. And then Eudaimonia, is that how I say it?
I think Eudaimonia?
Eudaimonia? I think it's a Greek name. When I went there, I had to ask like, where they even came up. I think it's something Greek. And it's a wellness convention that they have here now in West Palm Beach, but I think it travels. We just are fortunate enough to have it.
Yeah, I think I know they have one in Miami.
Oh, they do?
I just don't know when it is.
Okay. So I think for us, it was like once a year. Last year was the first one, or maybe second.
In West Palm.
Yeah. And it's really, really cool. It's like these big health and wellness speakers that come locally to us, and you get to hear them speak. So for me, hearing them or being in the same room with them was crazy, because these are big voices that I listen to on podcasts, on walks. And I'm like, and I've made so many changes in my personal life because of their influence on me. So I know the impact that podcast can have on your life. They're like something I grew up always liking hearing people conversate. Like even my dad is a big sports guy. I like the sports back and forth banter. I just enjoy it. I know some people are like my Jolie downstairs. She was like, no, I listen to craziness all day at work. I don't want to hear anything anymore once I leave. But I'm opposite. Like I just love hearing a story.
Oh my God.
I'm relating to it.
My top 2. So I actually got a picture with Mark Hyman.
I saw that.
I've been following him for a while, and once I saw him in person, like it's funny, I fangirl over those kind of people than like when I used to live in Los Angeles and I was walking just like down the road and my friends were like, oh, there's like Brad Pitt or there's so-and-so. And I'm like, I didn't even realize. Like I'm such a fangirl over the longevity biohacking people.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. So the reason why I even got there is because Jolie volunteered, and she said, why don't you sign up and do this? I said, okay. And I went, and I did this last minute because I was like, do you even know what you're going to? Like these big speakers. She had no idea. She was just kind of like doing because a friend invited her to do an activity. And I was like jealous. Truly, I was getting like a little mean. I'm like, you don't even deserve to be there. You don't get it. You don't even follow these people. She didn't even know.
Give it to me.
Yes. I wasn't being really nice. But she was like, I'll get you in the next day. So I went day 2. And there's this girl, her name is Emily Morris, and she does the Sex with Emily podcast, and I've been listening to her. I've been listening to her for 8 years. Yeah. So for me to reflect on my life and the person I've become and changed from 8 years ago, I'm like, her voice and the people she interviews or brings on have made an impact on me and like how I feel about myself. So I saw her walking, because these people will walk around the convention center and you'll be able to have a moment with them.
Yeah.
So I saw her walking and I'm like, I have to stop you. Like, and my eyes got like welled up because I'm so used to hearing her. Like, she's a person too, but I'm so used to hearing her and her story or what she's educating us on. And she just hugged me. Like, she didn't even have words. She just hugged me because I think she saw I was getting overwhelmed. But then I remember talking to Julie and I was like, Julie, you don't get it. These people are celebrities to me.
Yeah. And I feel like they're genuine. It's rather like than an actress in a movie who can be like a bitch. I don't know if I can curse on here. But
yes, you can. Yeah. They are definitely it definitely moved me. And guys, we have a special guest here. His name is Bentley.
Bentley, come here.
I wonder if he'll be able to get in the shot.
Come. Bentley, come.
Let me move a little bit.
Up. Come on.
Come on, baby. Let's get on the podcast.
Hi. Say hi.
Say hi. Say hi. I've never had a dog on the podcast, so I'm really excited to have this special guest.
He's the gym dog.
Hello.
Oh
what do you have to say about
Bentley,
health and wellness?
Chill. Just. He's our gym mascot.
Yeah, so if you go to Focus Functional, you'll see him right at the front. Chilling out, laying.
Bentley, lay down.
So now that we discussed that and opened up that way, you yourself are passionate about health and wellness.
Yeah.
And from following you and hearing your clips, I know that you're open about it, which I appreciate because you're helping so many people.
Yeah.
And I know that you have battled anorexia in the past. So if you feel comfortable, if you want to unpack all of that and like what was your life at that time?
Yeah. So it's funny. I didn't really go see a therapist during that time. That's when I kind of used my Instagram as my journal in a way. And so I was an athlete my entire life, like from 5 years old to 19. I played college lacrosse, and after lacrosse, I quit after like 2 years, and I transferred to another school that didn't have like varsity lacrosse. So I was lost. I was like, I've been a teammate my entire life, and now I'm just like on my own. Like, what do I do?
Right.
And so with being a college athlete, you're given these like parameters of what you can and can't eat before game day. They were labeling food as like good and bad. So I'm taking that in my head after I quit and was like, oh my God, I can't eat bread. I can't have fries. I can't, I'm guessing carbs are bad for you. So I cut out a lot of stuff. The weight just like kept going down. And it then started just to become an addiction. Like I would use the gym and be there for hours. And when I transferred schools, I transferred in the middle of my sophomore year from a 1,700 student school to 18,000 students. So by sophomore year, everyone has their friends. I rushed in a sorority. But again, everyone was just like mean and very exclusive. And obviously with being sick, I isolated myself. I didn't want to leave. I ate everything at home. Even if I went out to eat, like I would throw a fit if there was an ounce of oil or butter or whatever on my meals. So I think within like the first month, I went from 115 to 95 pounds.
Wow.
And it wasn't until my parents came to visit me for my 21st birthday in February. And I guess I was like getting changed. And my mom was like, oh my God, like I can see your entire like spine. And I was like, I'm fine. I was very in denial. And then
you definitely are in denial when that's happening.
100%.
Like, I don't think you see it in yourself, right?
100%. You don't like, no, because, you're squeezing like the skin and you're like, oh my God, this is fat. Like this is fat. And so junior year comes around and I came home. I'm from New Jersey. I went home to run my first half marathon and I like trained for it. And my parents on Saturday, the race was on a Sunday. My parents like sat me down on Saturday and they're like, we're putting you in the car. We have a doctor's appointment for you.
Oh, wow. Like an intervention.
Yeah. And you're coming. And like, obviously I kind of knew what was going to come out of it. So I was throwing a fit. I was like, I'm 19. Like, you don't tell me what to do, like all this stuff. So they made me go. And not only was I not able to run the half marathon, I was also not allowed to go back to school. So I was on medical leave my entire junior year doing classes online. And I was 95 pounds and they were like, your resting heart rate is like below 30. And if you were to run tomorrow, like you would have a heart attack.
Yeah, wow.
So then that's when I was like, okay, something's off. But again, it's the control aspect. So that wasn't a moment where I was like, I got to get my shit together. It was just like,
yeah,
okay, like,
right.
So, so that happened and it put a lot of anger and sadness on my family because they didn't know what to do. And I'm stuck in this cycle of anorexia and orthorexia. So orthorexia is in like the category of anorexia, but it's just when you're super strict on what you're eating, like super, super clean and over exercising.
And do you find that a lot of people who have anorexia have that as well?
Yes.
Okay.
And a lot of people, like, it's funny because, I mean, it's not funny, but I can easily point out people that have maybe not like an eating disorder, but disordered eating.
Okay.
It's a lot of people. And so when I started opening up about it, well, I started first posting my workouts.
Okay.
When I was anorexic. And I was like, oh, I look good. Like all this stuff. Didn't think anything of it. And then, I actually developed binge eating for a good year afterwards. Like that was, I think, so much harder than anorexia, obviously, because I had no control.
Right.
Like come nighttime, I'd want my parents to go to bed because I would just sit in the fridge and like eat everything.
Oh, yeah.
Everything. And I'd be doubled over in pain. And then the morning, it would be like 2 hours on the Stairmaster. And it was just the cycle.
It's like you're punishing yourself for eating like that.
It was the cycle. And I like gained all this weight. I ruined my gut health. And I was on birth control too. So I went on birth control when I was 16. I came off of it in 2022. So
did you come off of it and then did you have these eat? Like
no, I was on it.
Oh, you were on it. Okay.
Yeah. So like I didn't really know my body.
Yeah. Right.
Because like when you're 16, you're not fully developed.
Developing years. Yeah.
And so when I went off of it, I was in a better mindset, obviously, but my gut health was off. I just had I think I was 140 pounds, but a lot of it was like inflammation and I could, even if I was eating healthy, I just could not, my hormones were so off. And so the amount of hormone coaches that I did and testing that I had done, and it took me a good year and a half to get my period back after I came off of it, because I didn't have a period for 9 years.
9 years?
9 years.
Wow.
I mean, obviously the birth control that I was on stops it.
Yeah.
Like the type I was on. But yeah, after even when I came off of it, I didn't have one for a year and a half.
Wow.
So when I went on, when my hormones started to normalize, I got the Oura Ring. I track my cycle now, which is weirdly and scared, very accurate. It doesn't make sense to me.
I like it though. I've learned to love it.
Yes.
In a healthy way. At first I was checking it every 5 seconds. Yeah. But now I'm okay. And now honestly, I think I just know I know what the data will be because you know yourself so well.
Exactly.
Right? So
yeah, so then once I, was open enough to talk about my eating disorder, and once I came to approving and accepting that I had one.
Yeah.
I kind of I don't want to say rumors, but people that were talking and stuff like that. It was just kind of, I started talking about it on my story.
Okay.
And was like, you know, I had an eating disorder. Mind you, like, when people, my belief, when people say they're fully recovered, I truly don't think that everyone is fully recovered
Ever.
from an eating disorder.
Ever.
No.
Okay.
Because, like, so I used to track my food, like, to a T, like the gum I put in my mouth.
Oh, wow.
Everything. I weighed everything. I would freak out if it, like, passed 1,000 calories. Now I don't track a single thing. I'm cooking, you know.
So you have a healthy relationship with that. Like, you
Yes.
don't feel like you're even curious about
No,
it. Okay.
and like that's the thing when I lose weight, like I love running. Obviously, I'm a big runner, so it's hard to put on weight when I'm running this much. And I know that I could probably be eating more, but I'm more listening to my hunger cues. Like I'm not hungry in the mornings.
Right.
I can't eat in the morning.
Right.
So I don't really start eating until 11, 12, 1.
When you've been up for a while.
When I've been
doing
up for a
things.
while, but like that's not because I'm restricting myself. Like if I was starving, I would eat something. So it's just, you know, it's taken me a long time to get to that point, and now I'm, you know, I cook everything in olive oil, and I have guacamole is like my weakness,
Yeah.
and all this stuff, like stuff that I wasn't eating.
Right.
When I went to Italy, I was eating pasta every night and bread and all that stuff, and
Like, truly enjoying food for
truly
food.
enjoying food, and, you know, not really punishing myself
Yeah.
for it. Like I wasn't waking up and going for a 12-mile run because
Right.
I had pasta.
Right. Right.
So yeah, I mean, when people, I'm thin, but obviously since it put such a toll on my family, as soon as like I'm losing weight, my family's like,
Gets
are
nervous.
you okay? Like, you know, do you need to see someone again? I'm like, guys,
Yeah. Trust me.
you're more triggering to me when you ask that than like myself. Like,
Yeah.
I would know
Yeah.
if I had any, like, one, I get my period every month. Like, I can do a half marathon. Like, I'm not getting fatigued. I'm not, my resting heart rate is normal.
Right.
There's just so many signs to know that I'm fine.
You're okay. Yeah.
But they don't understand it because no one in my family really
went through that.
went through it and like works out like I do. They don't understand the fitness and the nutrition side of things.
And I think, well, I don't know, but you answer this, but I'm wondering if they get nervous with you're passionate about fitness. And I'm wondering if they just get nervous because they've seen you struggle like this, and then one of your passions is fitness, but they're correlating it to maybe eating, keeping
100%.
yourself unwell.
Totally. And like, they know that I'm currently looking for a full-time job. So yes, some days I'll run in the morning and then go to solid core and then like lift in the evening. So, or, just whenever I'm at the gym, they're always like, take it easy. Don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. And I'm like, guys, I'm 30 years old. Like, can I just live my life?
They're doing it out of love.
They're doing it out of love. I totally get it. But it's like almost every day where I'm like, sometimes I got to block their numbers for like a week just to like mentally get back to my own self. And, obviously it's judgment. It's not judgment, but I always just constantly feel like I'm being judged.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I don't,
From my past.
but I get your feelings. Like, I understand them, but I see it like when you share that story as that they love you so much that that it's a worried place. It's not a judgment.
Totally. And like, well, so my younger sister, she, the other day she was like, I posted a picture or something in one of my gym outfits, and she was like, 5 people messaged me and saying like, you look like you did in Miami of Ohio, like with my eating disorder. Like, you need to get help again. And I was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
listen, you can't judge a book by its cover. Like what you see, like they're not living with me. They're not seeing the food I'm eating. They're not,
Yeah.
yes, I'm working out a lot and I could probably add a few more calories, but it's not out of, like I said, restrictive.
Right.
eating.
Right. And you're
It's
not
just-
punishing yourself. You know what you did in the past that wasn't working.
Because
for your
tracking my
body.
food was such a mental toll.
Yeah.
Like, if I tracked something and it was on my plate and I wasn't hungry, I feel like I just had to stuff my face because it didn't count. Like, it counted towards my macros.
Oh, wow.
So, like, if I only ate half the plate, then, like, I had to recalculate how many calories I just had in that meal. So it was such a numbers game, and I was looking at food. I was associating food with numbers for the longest time.
Wow.
Yeah.
That puts so much strain
rather than
and
just
stress
fuel.
in your body.
Yeah.
Right. Wow.
So on top of like all that, the gut health, the amount of stress, when I did the cortisol test, it was like my results were dangerously high. Like my cortisol was double the amount that what we should have had.
Right.
That it didn't even read on the the little
crazy
circle thing.
Yeah. So at the time though, you shared that you weren't doing therapy, or you were.
So I had a therapist, but I would pretend that my mom would drop me off at the appointments and I would just like skip it.
No way.
Yeah.
You'd like do your own thing. Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah. And I guess that was just you kind of.
I was just always against like, and it's nothing to do with therapists. And I see a therapist now just about life, and it's great. But at the time where, you know, when you're in that mental state, you don't want anyone telling you what to do, because that's your own kind of control. Like the eating disorder is the only thing you can control. So when people are trying to control you, it's like sets you back and it triggers you to like rebel against that. So for me with therapy, I was like, I'm not going to open up to someone that's getting paid for this, because in my eyes, like they don't really care. They're just doing it to get paid. And so then I saw a nutritionist, and she was kind of encouraging the binging. She was like, oh, like, you know, you could easily eat like 3 pints of Ben & Jerry's and be fine. So then when I started having binge eating, I had that voice in my head of like, keep eating. Like, you're going to be fine. You're like, you won't gain any weight. Like, so it was just.
What was her mindset in that type of advice? Maybe just to eat?
I don't know. I remember it was right before a trip to the Bahamas with my family. And I had to put on like 10 pounds before I went on the trip. And so I did. And then when I was on the trip, I was ordering room service the entire time because I was too afraid to eat out with my parents. And I had the control of like, okay, I want a chicken breast with no oil. Yeah. I want vegetables with no butter, no oil, like just steamed. And so then I came back from Bahamas and I was even smaller than when I left. So like, I think the lowest I got was 92 pounds.
Wow.
And I was like 21, 22 at the time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
So people thought I was, you know, someone asked me if I was even a teenager, like at the gym one time. Yeah, they thought I was like underage or like needed a super, like an adult with me. Because I was so thin and like my face was completely gaunt. And I just looked like my head was bigger than my body. Yeah.
Wow. It's a journey, and this takes years of you. Yeah, it's a journey.
Years.
So when you started to feel that, when did you start to kind of feel like I got control over this and this is not ruling my life?
Probably in 2021.
Wow.
And I developed this eating disorder in 2016.
So what is that, 6 years?
Yeah.
That's a lot to go through.
And I'm still kind of, I'm still that kind of person that will Google on YouTube, like just to watch what people eat, like what's a meal plan for a fitness person. Cause I'm curious, cause I'm such a creature of habit. So I can eat the same thing every single day and like be totally fine. I'm not like a foodie where I'm making all these fancy recipes and like whatever. So I'll just, I'll search on YouTube what other people eat to get meal ideas.
Right.
Just be like, oh, okay. Like I can bison. Like I never would think of that because I just get ground beef, or I don't know. Like I just need to expand my palate more because I grew up with 2 other sisters who were also very picky. And so my mom would just be like, here's cereal. Like I'm not making 3 different meals for breakfast or all this stuff. So we never really, we never ate seafood, so I'm not a seafood eater.
Still, even when you're like now you're curious and open, you still won't.
I mean, my friend, like, he free dives, and like I'll be like, all right, if you catch a fish and like you cook it for me, like I'll try it. But I've had bites. It's just not something I'd order on my own.
Okay, fair.
So if he orders it, then like I'll try it.
Yeah,
I'll have a bite of it.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Until you find that whatever you like.
Like then, sushi, I'll just get the veggie roll.
Yeah.
And I call it sushi. I was like, I'm craving sushi tonight.
A lot of people do that.
They're like, what do you want? Just a veggie roll.
I'm craving sushi.
I'm like, it's the rice and the seaweed that I think about, not the seafood.
I'm craving sushi tonight. That is so funny.
They're like, what fancy roll do you get? I'm like, either the sweet potato roll or the veggie roll. And they're like, why don't you just get a side of veggies? I'm like, because it's rice and seaweed in it, so that counts as sushi.
I get that. I like sushi. Like, I eat fish, but I love the sweet potato roll. It's so good. And I even dip it in like soy sauce. I think it makes
exactly. I'm like, it's, I'm not dipping my veggies in soy sauce on a daily.
Yeah. Right.
So it is sushi to me.
Yes, I understand that. That's funny. So 2021, and then the video that's on your page. Mm-hmm. Is that when it was kind of coming to an end? Because you've now integrated like this page that really helps people, and it's such an open platform, I feel like, and it helps people that maybe are suffering from eating disorders. It doesn't have to specifically be anorexia, but that's the whole mission of the page, I feel.
So it's funny because like I have such a hard time now growing my page, like getting the followers, and a part of me thinks it's because like since I have a public page, anyone can access my page. Like I feel like all these people with thousands and thousands, and they either have like a set niche that they're, they have content where they know what to film. For me, it's like I'm either talking about companies that I work with, or posting my races, or posting something about like eating healthy or peptides, that like it's not one specific story I'm telling. Mm-hmm. And so I think it's hard because my content's different. Mm-hmm. Like one of my friends, she grew her page very rapidly, and I think it's because she's married to someone so much older than her. So she makes these funny videos of this like age gap, and so that's her like topic of her page. Whereas I'm like, all right, like what do I want to post today? Like,
no, but
it's hard.
Yeah, I know, I get it, because I even have this podcast, and I'm like, well, now what can I do? And that alone, and I work full time, so I'm like, come on, this is just more and more things that like worry about. But I love the clips I put out, but then I'm like, oh, in order to, like, it's not, you can't just be clips, because there's only so many clips I could get, and then every in podcast is different. So
like when I did my podcast, I would post a clip of the podcast on my Instagram as a reel, and then like put it to my story, and then put the link to the full episode.
Yeah, I do that. Yeah, and I try to make like a teaser. I try to make 3 clips, and I try to roll them out over, like, well, at first I started, and I was just like, just get them done, Marissa, and get them out there. Because my motto was, just as long as something's out there, it's out there. But then I realized they weren't going as far. So I'll do, like, one, and then I'll wait, like, maybe Sunday night, put another one out, and then, like, a Monday. And that, so, like, it'll be 3 clips per episode. In my mind is, like, that magic number. But we'll see. And looking at the statistics of each reel that I create, I just don't know. I'm very so weird. I'm not the best at data anyway. So so I'm like, why does some do better than others? And it's so funny. I will say the ones I put minimal effort in, it's going much further. And the ones I'm like nitpicking at and redoing.
And you're like, this is going to be so good.
What the hell? Yeah.
And then like the night goes by and you're like, oh.
Yes,
like 4 likes. Okay.
Yeah. That's why I just don't get it. Yeah, I don't get it. But I do feel like your page, is helping people. Because when I came across it, I'm like, holy cow, like that's a powerful story. And I listened to it. And then as I'm like stalking you, basically, I'm like, wow, she has this whole one-way ticket that it's your brand. And it helps people, I guess, feel connected with themselves, feel confident with themselves, launch their online brand, like as the individual, especially if they're going through something.
Yeah. So I kind of used the name One Way Ticket as a multiple, like you can look at it in multiple ways. So I used to be an online fitness and nutrition coach where I would like customize programs and macros for people. And I was going to do that when I came up with the name One Way Ticket, but now it's more of just like one way ticket to elevate your brand. Or you could look at it as like one way ticket of becoming your best, like the best version of yourself. Because again, like when we get one way tickets to places, you're not really looking back.
Yeah.
You're only going forward in like a positive direction. So, when it came to the social media management page, I was helping a lot of like med spas out because I've really gotten into the peptide therapy and like the biohacking. And so I was doing a lot of that. And then I don't promote it as much just because like you said, I don't want to have everything out of my pocket. Like I want a full-time job. And then when it starts to make money, like really go at it. And I think I was kind of just getting discouraged because it's like, I'm doing all this content. I'm doing all these podcasts. And there was a point where I kind of gave up. And like I stopped paying for my GoDaddy, like my website. So like my website's not up right now just because it's like, is it something that I really want to do full time or is it something that I want to do on the side right now? And if someone, if I'm in a conversation with someone and someone mentions they need a social media manager, then like I could be like, oh, okay, like here, I have my own proposal, I have a contract, like all this stuff. So right now I'm kind of in that like that dead zone area of like, what do I want to do with it?
I get that until it like calls to you.
Yeah.
I get that. But I love the idea of one way ticket. And I love the concept of the fact that you tie in, not everything's perfect in anybody's life.
Yeah.
And everybody's going to have an area that they struggle in more than somebody else. So I do like that it's one way ticket. You can only go up from here. And it's just, I think it's more personable because you're so open and you've shared like your personal story and you're only going up from here too. So I guess it's not clear for you, but I think it's just gonna come organically.
I think it's gonna click. Yeah. The more I talk about it and like the more I share, because
I know I'm cutting you off.
No, you're
I'm
good.
a bad interviewer sometimes.
We're totally fine. Totally fine.
You've done so much. You're so much more than your story, and you've put so much hard work into educating yourself, and you're into the peptide world, and you're into the bio. And these are all things that not everybody gives their lifestyle a chance to even learn or put into practice. And you've dove in, and then not only that though, you help other people.
Yes. And like the best thing about it is when I first started opening up about my eating disorder, the amount of messages that were coming in, like even guys too, would tell me confidentially, like, I struggled with an eating disorder. I'm struggling with it now. And like, how did you get out of it? And I like still to this day, the Renfrew Center, like a bunch of these inpatient, still to this day, like I have reached out to them and I would love to travel and be like a public speaker about it and like visit the inpatient homes and like spend a day with these people and kind of just show them like what recovery is like and that, they can get through it. It was cool. I was invited back I went to boarding school for high school in Connecticut, and they invited me 2 years ago to speak at school and so my topic was basically eating disorder within athletes. And I talked to the whole senior class because, they're going off to college. Some are recruited to play a sport. And so I went to different groups and spoke about, you know, what it's like with an eating disorder and what to expect. Because my college coach, he literally would have a menu for us. Like, if we were traveling for a game and we went to like Outback Steakhouse, he would tell us specific items that we could not order on the menu. And then he'd like look at the receipt and be, you know, if he saw like someone ordered fries or something, like he'd bench that person for the game.
Really?
So it was.
Is that typical? Like, are most coaches, college athletes experiencing that, you think?
I don't think they're that extreme. I think he was looking at more of a national title than seeing what effects it would have on like girls, because again, I've only grown up, all my coaches have been males for the most part, so I've always given that like tough love. I've always gotten that tough love. But you know, at the time, I don't think he really thought about how it would affect other people, especially women. So yeah, I mean, it was a lot. It was a lot. Especially like freshman year, when I'm not getting a lot of playing time, but I'm putting all this training, and you know, my life was school and lacrosse.
Right. It is kind of crazy. And most coaches probably aren't taking that into consideration, or maybe they are now, because there's a lot more awareness than when like we were in college. So I'm hoping, you know, playing devil's advocate. But to piggyback off like what you were saying, how males open up to you like in private, and I get it, it's a very vulnerable thing. Like, I'm a private person, so I'm not very good at like coming up, especially on social. I'm not even good at telling close friends, so let alone sharing it on social media. But sometimes we don't even think, like, males, I forget about males sometimes. Sorry, I like to say it, but like I just know what it's like to be a female, so I'm sensitive towards certain things and compassionate with other things, because I think I just jive with females. I am one, you know what I mean? And when it comes to that masculinity, I'm like, can't they handle this? And there are things that I think they struggle with and we don't pay attention to.
Yeah. And so now that I've really gotten into the hormone health and really tracking my cycle, like at first I was like, I thought it was just a 28-day cycle and you just get your period. I didn't realize that there were 4 different phases in your cycle, and you have to like
4?
Menstrual, ovulation, luteal, and follicular.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and each phase you feel different. You should be eating different foods within those phases. You should be working out differently within those phases. Do I listen to that? No, because I'm like one extreme to the next. Like, I like all out workouts. So I realized though, like obviously being off the pill and just having my body come back to its natural state after 12, 13, 14 years of ruining it.
Right.
You know, I've realized that when I'm the week before my period, or like the follicular phase, like I am a raging bitch.
The week before your period.
Like,
most people are. I am.
Somehow like love to just pick and cause fights with my boyfriend, or you know, like something stupid will bother me and I'll just be a bitch to him. And like, that's the thing with males, is that if you have a boyfriend or like a husband that understands it and is like forgiving, like kudos to you.
Yeah.
Because he like will fight and I'll explain it and he's like, stop using that as an excuse. And I'm like, it's not. Like, sometimes I just cannot control my emotions and hormones. Like, it just comes out. And then I'm normal again. So it's hard because they don't realize what we actually go through.
I know. And if you ever looked it up, males can stay like as a straight line, like a horizontal line, and females go up, down, out, like throughout the day.
Yeah.
So I know.
Even like food wise, I'm like, you could eat a pizza and like just burn it off the next day, or you could run every day and it won't affect your hormones.
Yeah.
Like for me, you know, I'm tired sometimes because I know I'm overtraining at the moment, and just because exercise is such a mental clarity for me, like it puts me in such a good mood, and I'd rather have it be that way than like drugs. So
100%.
I'm not mad about it.
Yeah.
But again, you know, guys can do whatever they want. And then me, like if I eat bread, I'm like 9 months pregnant. And I'm
So
bloated for like 3 days. And then it puts me in a bad mood.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you know, but it's crazy the mindset shift that have now. Because even though I've had a consistent period for 2+ years, like every time I get it, I get really excited. Because I'm just like, this is my body's way of working and for me, not against me. And when I feel those cramps or when I'm bloated, I have to like, there's, you know, I'll go through 5-10 minutes of like, oh, like I gained weight. I feel disgusting. Like then I go back into that like eating disorder mentality, but then I snap out of it because I'm like, my body is doing what it's supposed to be doing. And like, I'm fine. You know, when people think I'm too thin, I'm like, I still get a period. Yeah. My body's still working. Yeah. Like you know, as soon as I miss a period for a few months in a row, like then I'll be concerned. Right. But I know that I'm eating. I know I'm doing all the right things. And it's just so hard with social media. It's like, I wish I never got into this industry because you're always going to have haters.
I know. And it's really hard to drown out haters, but it's a skill to just do it and be resilient towards it because people suck. Like, you know what I mean? They just, I don't, but what's hate? Why? Because you feel like they're nitpicking at like that you're.
So I've come to realize, I've come to realize that not all the haters or whatever, but what helps me is like, if someone's going to be a bitch to you or comment something mean or whatever, it's out of jealousy.
Yes, I agree.
And so I just kind of like, my mindset just goes to be like, oh, you're jealous. Like, I'll take it as a compliment. Yeah. Like, when you're mean to me, I'm taking it as a compliment because
you've come such a long way in this whole journey and you're so much stronger than the person that was really going through it, like in the trenches. That comment at this point in your life should be like, whatever sucks for you to be that.
Exactly. That I'm like, you know, if you're so jealous that, you know, if you're jealous about my body or if you're jealous that I have the motivation to work out, like I'm just so over people coming up with excuses. Like, you know, I'm not going to mention names and who they are in relation to my life, but it's just all the time. It's like, I'll get a comment like, oh, it must be nice that you get to work out at 10 a.m. And like, you know, I can't even make it to the gym. And I was like, but you can. Yeah. You're just jealous that I have the discipline and motivation 100%. To do it.
Yeah.
And
it's a them issue. This is not a you issue.
100%. And like, that's the thing. It's, you know, if you really wanted to change your physical health and your mental health, you can take an hour at 10 a.m. and then work an extra hour at night. Like there's
no reason for, and if you really wanted to make a change, and I have people, even family members that make comments about, you know, that I like to work out and stuff. But I'm naturally petite, like God made me petite. Yeah. So like I'll hear weird comments, probably similar to you, and it's just, I enjoy working out. So if you're mad at yourself for not working out, I taught myself how to enjoy it. Yeah. Like it's not a chore for me to get done. I really like going there, kind of like what you said. It clears my mind. I'll go in to a gym sluggish and I'll walk out with high energy.
Yes.
To me, that's like the best caffeine there is. And I want to put the work feels good when you're doing it. And I'm sorry if you feel like you need to throw shade my way because I enjoy it. So don't wear that.
Listen, like I'm selfish. I'm going to admit, like I'm selfish when it comes to my routine. Like if someone wants to get breakfast or wants to get coffee, like if it's during my morning routine gym time, like
you can't.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not, or if you want me to come over and help you with something, like you're going to have to wait.
But see, I don't think that's selfish. Maybe back in the day when I was struggling with my people pleasing, because that's another thing that we could go on and on about. People pleasing is like a true disorder in itself because you're going so far away from yourself to make somebody else happy. You're not serving yourself, who's most
been
important.
there
Yeah.
many times.
Yeah.
Sometimes I still find myself there because with people judging you and all this stuff, you want to people please them and be like, okay, like, yeah. But then at the end of the day, you're losing yourself because you're like, I could have literally just like went for a walk.
100%. So no, I don't think you should be like meeting somebody for coffee when it's your standard gym time. No, you wouldn't skip work to go hang out with your friend. Like, you got to get things done. So no, I don't think that's selfish. I think that's discipline. And if you're confusing discipline, not you, somebody else is confusing discipline with self-respect, and that's on them. Mm-hmm. It takes a long time to get to this mindset, but it's.
I drink alcohol very rarely.
Yeah.
Like, I have to be in the mood.
Yeah. Yes.
And if I'm going to be in the mood, like, I'm going to get drunk. Like,
yeah.
I'm not someone to just casually have a glass of wine at dinner every night. Or
yeah. I don't like the taste of alcohol. Do you?
So I actually found a way, like, going off subject. I only drink tequila. Mm-hmm. And I think, that's part of the eating disorder mentality too, because it's like the cleanest one. Mm-hmm. So there's certain things where I'm like, okay, like, I could be less strict with myself, but tequila is like my go-to. And then the Element, like salt packets. You know how they have the carbonated drinks?
Yeah. Do you mix
I mix it with tequila, and it is so good.
Really?
Because I can barely taste the tequila, and then I just don't feel like gross the next day.
And you're not hungover.
And like, for someone, I am a type A go kind of person. So for me, being hungover and losing a day of just doing nothing and feeling like shit, it's just like, what does that serve you? Yeah. And I think it's because my background, like boarding school, obviously you're not allowed to drink. College lacrosse, we had like a 48 or 24 hour rule, and like, you get random drug tests. Like, we would have to pee in a cup, and if any alcohol showed or whatever,
you're in trouble.
You get a strike or whatnot. So I never grew up in the party scene.
Mm-hmm. Right. Your lifestyle just didn't align with it.
For me, it's like, I'd rather get the satisfaction eating cookie dough than like drinking nail polish remover.
Yeah,
like, there's just a lot that, goes into it. And so I've been judged by close people in my life. Like, you're no fun. Like, you're so boring. You like, why don't you drink more? Like, all you do is, there's more to life than fitness. And I'm like, yeah, there is, but there's also more to life than your work. Yeah. So like, you get mad at me because I'm working out because you can't, because you're working. It's the same thing. You're passionate about what you're doing and you just can't make it to the gym. Mm-hmm. I'm passionate about the gym. So like, that's my life. I live in the gym.
I also think just hearing your story, the gym keeps your mental health strong and your sanity clear. Like, why take that away or make somebody feel guilty about it? It's your medicine.
And that's the most frustrating part, because that's where my biggest mindset shift has changed from when I had my eating disorder to now. It's like, people think I'm going for a run and then doing Pilates and then doing this to like lose weight, and like, I have my eating disorder again. And it's like, you don't know, I'm doing it because it's the after effect that puts me in this like great mood where I'm happy for the rest of the day. I've got like, I feel good. It's not like I'm doing this to kill my body and to lose as much weight as I can lose.
Right. I know.
So that's where that's frustrating, because people don't get that. Because they're not in my brain. They're not in my head. They're not in my body.
I'm wondering, but this will come with resiliency on your part, because people have their opinions. But I'm wondering if education, like putting more of anecdotals like you're sharing on your page, will help people understand it more, because it's very easy. Like, I'm gonna throw Ariana Grande out there.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm one of these people that I'm like, oh my gosh, is she okay? Like, I don't know. I'm not in her life to ask her, Exactly. So I don't know. And I'm not an actress, like, so I don't know the stressors and like what she has to do day to day for these roles that she's doing. And the whole world has an opinion on what she looks like right now.
100, yeah.
You know?
I mean, I've come across it. You know, I've Googled. Like, I've put in Google, does Ariana Grande have an eating disorder? I've been that person. Like, I'm right there with you.
Yeah. But, you know, I'm just trying to kind of compare it because, like, we don't really know. And she hasn't had that opportunity to really share her experience with us. And it's really her story. And unless we're in her shoes, we don't get it. We're not going to get it. So
but it's also, like, who cares? Like, it could be for a role for a movie or, like, listen, she's making millions of dollars. Like,
I know.
What are we to judge?
I know.
You know what I mean?
It's like,
she's very successful. She could be dealing with her own battles. And, like, that's the thing. People don't know how to support one another. They just like to go
judgy.
And, like, I always mix up this saying. They project their perceptions onto you. Yeah. Or their perceptions are projected onto you. One of those where it's like, you know, the person who's like, oh, it must be nice you get to work out at 10 a.m. or like you do so much in the gym and like they hate you for it. It's like because you're unhappy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're projecting your unhappiness onto me and putting the blame on me that like I'm doing something wrong.
Mm-hmm. Bentley. Yes. No, I totally agree. But I wouldn't let opinions of others stop you from doing what you're doing. You're impacting people, the right people that really are going to, you're really going to help and make a change for are going to gravitate you. And the rest of the people making their opinions will have no bearing on your success in later down the road. Truly. I mean, it's easy to get caught up. It's going to slow you down. So I think just drown them out and keep going. I mean, you're very passionate.
I block people's numbers. Like, if you're going to give me a hard time or if you're going to be consistently judging me for something and I've told you to stop because it triggers me and you just continue to do it, I'm blocking your number for a week or a few days. Like, I like
that boundary.
Or even, like, Instagram. I'll hide you from my stories.
Okay, that's a good boundary and that's good advice because everybody is comparing their life to somebody else's or what it doesn't even need to be comparing. Maybe you're constantly getting feedback from somebody else. You don't need to listen to that. That is your private. That's your stuff. Like, all right, you're public on Instagram, but it's your stuff. Like, you get to control what you're taking in and what you're putting out there.
There's definitely a few people where they'll be hidden from my stories forever because they just don't understand. And like, you know, one of them is a younger person and they treat me like with such disrespect.
Yeah.
And for them to be able to talk to an adult like that and all that stuff, it's like you're never going to get access to.
No. Yeah. You're handling it the right way. Yeah.
Like, I just don't care anymore.
Yeah. No, you're handling it.
At first, I used to care. I used to take it personally. And now I'm just like.
Yeah, because you've leveled up.
Yeah.
Yeah, your frequency
I'm like,
is
you
higher.
can hate me. Yeah. I haven't done anything wrong to you. Just continue being jealous. Like, keep wasting your life away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Totally. Of hating people than making a change.
Totally. Yeah, so never doubt yourself. No. You have come, I mean, I don't even know you that long because I know you from Focus, but what you're doing is impactful. It's vulnerable. It's open. And we need more of that because it's medicine and we are a judgmental society. And in order to like see it shift, I don't believe it's ever going to change because there's just too many people in this world with different opposing opinions. I mean,
I think it's going to get worse.
Right.
Kids these days, like the stuff they know at 9, 10, 11 years old, or the stuff they're watching and the stuff, how they're talking to their parent, like talking back to their parents, and the parents just aren't doing anything about it. I think it's
the accessibility to the internet because we grew up with the internet kind of integrated into our lives as we grew up. And now these kids are exposed to the internet as early as elementary school.
They're making TikToks to like words that they shouldn't even know.
I have my friend's 3-year-old can go on YouTube and search the like whatever it is. It's like a kid's channel on there, but she knows how to access it, and that's YouTube. Like, I didn't know how to access the website. I don't even know how old, but I wasn't doing it at 3.
No. I mean, listen, at 12 years old, like, you're asking to go to Sephora. You're asking, like, you have to be home 3 hours before a party. bar mitzvah or birthday party so you can curl your hair and put makeup on and get ready. And it's like, when I was 12, I was wearing limited to jumpsuits and Merrills. Like, people didn't know what gender I was, because it's like I was the biggest tomboy. And you know, I still am, because I'm a huge athlete and sports are integrated in my life. And you know, I'd rather be in like sweatpants on a couch than dressing up and going out.
I even like those baggy jeans. Remember when those were
the boyfriend jeans or whatever? They're totally in now. Like, way over skinny jeans.
Yes.
So it's scary what
I know
this generation is, you know, and I go back and forth, even though I'm young, I'm 30, you know, but like, I should be starting to think about starting a family and who I'm going to settle down with. And seeing kids these days makes me not want to have a kid. But then, you know, I'm one of 3 girls.
You wanted 3. Oh, you're one of 3 girls.
3 girls. Yeah. So like, you know, if I have a kid, I want a boy so badly, because I want to like be able to just rough them up. And
Are all of you guys are they athletes like you, or no?
So my younger sister does solid core like me. She's been doing it longer, and like at first I always underestimated Pilates, because I was such like a ice hockey, lacrosse, soccer, like fast-paced sports girl, and I thought Pilates was just like, why waste your money on something that's super slow and you know, so sort of like yoga. And now it's like my addiction. I go like 5 times a week.
Yeah, I see you post.
Yeah. And
I think Pilates is really good, especially once you get your mind-body connection there. You're forced to love it, because you could feel the change in your body. If you don't have that mind-body connection and you're just kind of doing it for the trend, or doing it to say you're doing something fitness, you're not going to get it, because you're not going to really put that connection into those smaller body movements.
And it's made a difference too. Like, sometimes I'll leave my phone in the car, because I've been in Pilates where I'm getting like these text messages or calls, or someone trying to start something with me, and then it just takes your complete focus out. And then you just feel like you're just moving on a machine. So like, I started leaving my car or my phone, or turning my phone off, and like not wearing my Apple Watch in Pilates, because then I'm not like looking at the time. I'm really just in my own head and body, like those 50 minutes.
That's good. Yeah. It's like your true time.
Yeah. Because I used to wear my Apple Watch all the time, like all day long, close the rings, see how many steps I can get. Like, and like, for me, I still have a step goal. So once I hit that goal, or even after my run, like, I just put it back on the charger for the rest of the day.
Yeah, no, I get it. Close the rings. I stopped wearing the Apple Watch when I got my Aura Ring, because the Aura Ring is lower maintenance. It's just more you checking the app, controlling that need. But the Apple Watch required so much, because if my rings weren't closed, I had like a tough time going to bed. I'd be like, this was not a successful day. So I don't know.
Yeah, and that's where the eating, like the disordered eating, kind of comes in, because I would be like, oh, I didn't close my rings, or I didn't burn this amount of calories from yesterday, so I have to eat way less than I did yesterday. And it's just such a cycle. It's like, rather than looking at like what you eat that day, rather than like a 24-hour period of like, you know, you're working out 5-6 days a week, and you're not taking count of your weekly calories that you've burned, that like, people, you know, the more you'll gain weight with more stressing about food, because stress, you can easily hold on to weight like no other. Your body's not going to work for you and with you when you're super stressed. So
it's true. That gut health and everything, it all plays a role. And now when you go to the doctor, do you see a functional wellness doctor? Like, have you ever done blood work like through Function?
Well, I want to do Mark Hyman's blood work.
Yeah. I think Function.
Yeah. My mom did it.
Did she like her results?
Yeah. Her biological, she's turning 70, and I think her biological age was like 53 or something.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
I really I'm very curious to.
And I think because you know where you started, it's like baseline data, but you've known how far you've come, and so seeing the results will be like, wow, like this is like, I am in a healthy place because of everything. And you were always petite, right? So
I was not as small as I am now.
Okay.
I think, I mean, I was small, but I just had no muscle on me. So I was like the skinny fat.
I'm wondering if the muscle mass, like being so toned and tiny still, triggers people into thinking
does.
like, oh my gosh,
she has an eating disorder.
yeah,
She's so
she's
thin.
still
It's
too
like,
skinny. Yeah.
No, like I've been just lifting and, you know, yes, when it comes to, when you have more muscle on your body, you're burning more at rest. And you lose fat when you have muscle. It's not like I'm eating 200 calories and like, because my body would look completely different if I was starving myself.
Right.
Like, it would be hard to have this muscle on me without fueling my body.
Like with something. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, you feel good. You're sustained. You went for a run this morning. Now you're doing, like, you eat. I feel like you could tell when somebody's malnourishing themselves because their eyes become a little hollow underneath.
Yeah.
And you have, like, vitality to your face.
For me, it's like, I know, like, I'm not malnourished, but there's days where my body's just so tired because I have been overworking it. Like, normally Sundays are my days off, and, you know, I had a 5-mile race, so I really haven't had a rest day in a little bit, and, like, but I'm admitting to it. It's not like I'm scared of rest days. It's just like someone told me about this race and like, yeah, I'm competitive. I'm going to sign up for any race I can do.
Yeah.
And I ran a half marathon last month, and with my time, that's another thing like that I tell my family. It's like, there's no way if I was malnourished or under eating or had an eating disorder like anorexia that I could run 13 miles with the time I did. And you know, and be able to recover so fast.
Yeah. No, I get it.
So for me, like, just having those people in my life, like, out of love, obviously, but it's made me have much thicker skin of, like, talking back to them, confronting, standing up for myself.
Yeah.
Because I used to be a people pleaser.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
all the time. I used to be, you know, in a relationship, I used to think that I had to do everything for the guy and all this stuff, and now I'm just like,
no, I don't.
I can say no and be like, all right, like, if you want to break up,
it's powerful. Like, it's a good place to be within yourself.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah,
that's where I'm at. Like, you know, if you want to start a fight because I said no to not helping you out on something because you think I'm selfish, then like, break up with me. Like,
yeah. No, I think it seems like you're in this transitional, like, you know yourself now, you've been through it. Once you've been through it with yourself, like at war with yourself, I feel like it's like everybody, your team, your army around you needs to like rise up with you because you've already dug yourself out of a dark place.
I think for me right now, like, the stress that I'm under is self-induced because I've been trying to find a full-time job for like 8 months. And you know, people think that I'm just sitting around like, oh, it's so nice that you don't have to work and you can just work out whenever you want. And I'm like, but you're not. I wake up like in 2 hours before I go to the gym and I'm on my walking treadmill at my desk, like on LinkedIn every single day. Like, I'm seeing what jobs have been posted. I'm on the app constantly.
What are some jobs you're interested in?
Anything within like social media marketing. I've been an executive assistant a few times. I wouldn't mind it, but sometimes that does stress me out because I feel like there's no boundaries when it comes to an executive assistant because they can just like boss you around whenever. Like, I'm at a weird phase in my life where I just graduated from my MBA, but it's like, what do I really want to do?
I know. It sounds to me like you have explored so many avenues and you're so well educated in different things, and now it's like you need the universe to kind of tell you like, what am I meant to do? Yeah.
Because for me, corporate, I can't mentally. I can't.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like that's really like where you're supposed to go, but it sounds like you have a niche for the social media piece. You're connected to the wellness world. You're connected to, I loved when you shared with us about like going and educating people with anorexia about like what it looks like to go through recovery. Like these are things that are in need in life, especially in these, with these different areas, like these different pockets. I think like honing in on those areas, you might not have to work for anybody. You might be able to develop something of your own.
I know. That's like the hardest thing because it's, I'm impatient. And so when I want like to do this stuff, it's like I want to start getting an income right away. Whereas like it might take a year of...
It might. So you give yourself some grace.
So,
and like maybe like part-time work here and there, like you can do training, you do peptides, you do you made nutrition plans for people.
Well, I work part-time at Viore right now at the mall, so like I have that, but again it's like 2-3 days a week. I can pick up shifts when I have the time, but again it's like I don't mind if it's corporate, but it has to be remote where I've had remote jobs where if you're not signed in like on Teams or Slack at like 9 a.m., they're like, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Yeah. I've had other jobs where they're like, oh, like you don't have to really start till 10 just as long as you get the work done. That's like, I can do that.
That's your vibe. Yeah.
That's my vibe where it's like, as long as you get the work done, like I'm not going to micromanage you. Mm-hmm. But for me, like having those jobs where it's like 9 to 5. They expect you to be online by 9 a.m. Like you have to let us know if you have a doctor's appointment like 2 weeks in advance. And I'm like, guys.
Yeah, no, it's a lot. It could be
like doctors aren't open on Saturday and Sunday. Yeah. Like how are we supposed to live our life being micromanaged and like having to be at the computer until 5 p.m. on the dot? You know what I mean? It's just like, why can't I go to the gym at 1 p.m. to like 3 and then work from like 6 to 8 or you know what I mean? Or if the work is done.
Yeah.
Like
I think you'll find I think you would sound like you would benefit from like a hybrid job.
I wouldn't mind the hybrid. It's just if the office was close by too. I used to travel to Fort Lauderdale from Boca.
Right.
And that was a lot. But again, it's like my family, like my dad, I love him, but he's getting very impatient with me not having a job. And I'm getting impatient too. Like you think I'm not going to just like, you see that I'm happy at the gym, but you don't know again what I'm like at home. Like I'm stressed. I'm upset. I cry all the time because I'm like, why doesn't anyone want me? Or why can't I figure out what I want to do when my friends are like, high up in their jobs and all that stuff. And it's every phone call that I'll call him just to say hi. And he's like, any updates with jobs? And I'm like, this is the same conversation we had yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, I can't call you anymore. Like, I called him this morning to, like, tell him I came in first at the race. And he was like, okay, so why don't you put this into, like, looking for jobs? And I'm like, Dad, it's Sunday. And 2, like, I'm applying. Yeah. I'm filling out applications. It's not like when you were my age, you just go in and get a job. Like no one you can't just expect someone to hire you right away. Sometimes it takes months or like multiple interviews for one job. Yeah. And then a background check. So like even if I were to get hired, I probably wouldn't start for another month. Like it's just it's a constant drainage.
I get it.
In my life right now.
I get that. It's temporary though, and your dad's doing it out of love because he just, cares. He cares. He's your dad. It's this whole drainage that you described, it's going to fix itself because I've been there once before and things come to life. And honestly, when I started to feel better, it was when I started this podcast. Like, I was like, how the hell do I generate extra money? And not that the podcast is generating side money, but it's putting me in the flow of conversations with different people that those topics, like I ended up dog sitting or doing this for, like, you know what I mean? So you don't know really. That's why I'm saying follow your passions. You're so passionate on health and wellness. You have so much to offer somebody. And you can educate them about themselves. Like there's no better gift to give to somebody. I think plant your seeds there and something's going to come and you'll get momentum. Just trust yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I think right now you're exhausting yourself because you're kind of going outside of what really calls to you.
Yeah. Like, listen, like, I see all these people that have such successful podcasts, and it's like, what can make mine... I think the hardest part is, like, what can make mine stand out?
Yeah. But you know
Without being
what?
repetitive.
Here's the thing, and I say this about my own podcast, because I will edit hours that we're doing right now, and I'll put it out there, and I'll be like, and I'll go listen to, like, the Skinny Confidential, who is way big, you know, and I'm like, I'm never gonna get there, you know, and like, why do I even spend time with those negative thoughts? Like, where you are now, and I really think that the best momentum comes when you're not putting all that stress on yourself.
Yeah.
Truly, kind of like back to the reels. Like, my best reels are when I sort of just find a clip that really struck me and I put it out there and minimal edit.
And you just, like, throw your phone and you don't think twice about it.
Yes. So I think when you're already creative, you're already a learner, natural born learner. I mean, those are things, not everybody is. You're a go-getter in the sense, like, you want a better life. Like, you want to live your best life. I think that's why people are put on this, like, we're all put on this earth to find a passion. That's why we say that, like, what's your passion in life? Because everybody has a gift. And I think by you having a job, go work wherever for the full-time job. But if it's not going to let you up, then you're going to feel defeated. Then you're going to start saying negative stuff to yourself. Like, why am I not good enough? Because these things are not for you, really. They're not even sparking your interest in, like, you're not really probably excited to go on half these interviews. But if 19 people called you and asked you about peptides or asked you about, like, how did you get past...
Go on and on.
On and on.
Yeah.
So, like, follow your flow is what I'm trying to say.
And that's why, you know, that's another thing. It's like the negativity in this world. It's like, you're brought here once, and, like, why can't people just stay in their own lane?
Yeah. Because we can't control everybody. I know.
You know what I mean? Like, what benefit are you going to get out of being a bitch to me? Or
you're not. They're not. And it's just them.
It's crazy to me.
It's so crazy. Well, now that you have gotten this far, what is one thing that you feel like you've learned about fitness that has changed? Because fitness has always been in your life, but has the relationship changed?
I think that just going day by day and feeling your body, like, any movement for your body is gonna benefit you in a positive way. And for me, like, I used to have such a structured plan. Like, Monday had to be legs, Tuesday had to be upper body. Like, and if I missed it, like, I'd freak out and do, like, lower body and upper body in the same day if I missed one of those days. And I think now it's, you know, I know that I have a passion for running. I know I have a passion for Pilates, but if I miss a day, it's not gonna ruin me. Like, for example, I did this race this morning and I was scheduled for 9:30 Pilates, and, like, I could have gone to Pilates because I love it, and I was like, but I canceled it because I'm like, I'm not going to put my body through this.
Yeah.
Like, I just sprinted a race.
Yeah.
Like,
yes, it's true.
Why?
So you say listening to your body better.
Listening to your body and realizing that, like, I'm going to say it, like, there's so much more to life than stressing out on being the smallest version of yourself.
I love that. Yeah, I agree.
Like, there's just, you know, obviously, I'm very small and I'm working out a ton, like, burning a ton of calories. But like I said before, it's all because it makes me, I feel like, the best version of myself. Like, it clears my mind to help me think straight and come up with creative ideas and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, like, how I view fitness is it's an art for your body.
Oh, I love that.
Rather than killing it. Because, again, if there's days where I'm like, oh, I need to run 5 miles, and then I wake up and my body is just, like, not working with me, I'm not going to force myself into running. Like, I'll walk and I'll feel just as good for the rest of the day. Rather than, like, if I were to skip a day of running, like, I'd be in such a bad mood for the rest of the day.
Really?
But I just keep going. Like,
running's a vice for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Vice, is vice a positive thing? It's an outlet for you.
It's an outlet for
Yeah.
me, but again, I'm not going to kill myself if I wake up and my body's not ready for a run.
Yeah.
I'll go for a walk instead and just feel just as good, as long as you're just moving your body.
Yeah. You're doing
one way or
so much for
another.
it. Mm-hmm. No, I totally agree.
So,
Well, thank you so much for being here and opening up and sharing your story.
thank you for having me.
I loved hearing your story, and you are helping so many people and just keeping you, and it will all unfold, I promise.
Yeah. And then again, anyone who's watching this or listening to it, feel free to reach out if you need more advice.
And what's your handle if they have questions and want to DM you or reach out?
It's at Lauren Paneyko. So it's Lauren and then Paneyko.
Perfect. Thank you, Lauren.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks so much for listening to Tell Me Everything. I hope today's episode gave you a fresh perspective, a little inspiration, or just something that made you pause and think. If you enjoyed it, make sure you are following the show so we can keep the conversation going. And share it with anyone you think might love it too. I'm so glad you spent this time with me today. Until next time.